Hi, my name is Clarissa Rodriguez, and this is my video for the ACP application. The first question says, why do you want to become a teacher? I know that a lot of people are probably going to say because of the kids, but it is the truth. I think a lot of times when you are becoming a teacher, first and foremost, it is for the students. You see that there's a need and you want to fulfill it. For me, it goes more beyond just their needs. I feel that a lot of times educators have the ability to make greater impacts, not only on the students, but their families. This is something that I have worked on and strived for in my past 4 or 5 years in education. Making sure that you're able to help the student and the family, because at the end of the day, the family is going to be your biggest helper, your biggest supporter for the children that you are working with. So for me, wanting to become a teacher is just wanting to make sure that I'm able to help all my students in whatever ways I can. I also want to become a teacher because I really do enjoy working with kids. I really do love when students learn something new and they get so excited because it's something they've never done or never learned before, and just feeling like, hey, I helped them get there, I think is something that is really gratifying. And even when you have students who don't necessarily get something the first time, I think helping them retrace their steps and stuff, it kind of helps the students see and learn how to catch their own mistakes. So for me, it's really about helping the students. I have a big heart for it. I love working with, the students who others may find challenging. For me, you find things that make them special, and then you let them know that they're special and that nothing's wrong with them. In other words, I have spent a lot of time working with special education. So for me, it's really important to make sure that the student feels comfortable in the classroom and making sure that they have what they need to be successful throughout the school day. And I know that I can do that. So for me, that's really my why. It says, what do you anticipate to be your greatest challenge in preparing to become a teacher? Honestly, a part of it is the certification exams. I think will be a little bit challenging. I think the weight that they hold and the pressure that is put on students, future teachers, to pass these certification exams sometimes can be a little overwhelming. And then of course, if you're working in the classroom and you're also preparing and you're also doing all these things, I think sometimes juggling and finding balance can be a little bit challenging. But it's something that if you want to make it work, you're going to make it work and you're going to find the balance. So that's that one. The next question says, tell us about a time you received professional feedback that surprised you. What was the feedback and how did you respond? I actually just had an observation this past month, and I received feedback regarding the way that I was communicating with my students. I was preparing to give a test, a CLI test to my students, and after students would answer, I would tell them good job. Regardless if they got it right or wrong. For me, I wanted to help boost their confidence and kind of keep it positive. My piece of feedback that I received mentioned saying thank you instead of good job, to kind of stay more objective. And I do understand that, and I do understand the importance of it. So when I was told that, I kind of was like, oh, okay, yeah, I see why that's important, to stay objective and make sure that, the students are just continuing to give, the test their all. But for me, I was really trying to just make sure that I kept the positive feedback coming for them, because I work with pre-K kids. For me, I think of their confidence in terms of finishing the test. I need them to stay confident so they can finish the entire thing, versus if they find out or if they're not getting the feedback that they want, they kind of shut down sometimes. So for me, I was really simply just trying to keep it positive. But again, I do understand the importance of staying objective. The next question says, how would you help a student that is struggling to learn a topic you are teaching? For that one, I really love doing a lot of one-on-one with students. Now, I do know that that's not always something we're able to do because, within the school day, a lot of stuff goes on. But I do think one-on-one time, whether that be simply doing one-on-one, or if that means small group and doing individualized talking with each student in the small group, or whatever the case may be. Something like that for me, I feel would be good to help them gain whatever content they're struggling with. Making sure that I'm able to present the information to them in a way that they are able to understand it, whether that be using visuals or using tactile learning or just things of that nature, different types of teaching methods to kind of help see what's going to help the student be successful the most. So for me, just providing those not accommodations, but their supports, providing those supports for them would be something that I would definitely do. The one-on-one or small group is something that I think is really important and really beneficial, because you're able to focus solely on the students who are needing a little bit more help, and it gives them a more smaller group and smaller environment for them, which can sometimes really help them simply just being in a smaller environment. The next question says, classroom management can be challenging for any teacher. How would you respond to the following situation? A student is being disrespectful to you. How would you respond? This is something that happens very frequently. Students being disrespectful. I think, again, having those one-on-one conversations with the students and letting them know, you know, I'm here for them. I'm here for you. I just want to make sure that you're successful. Making sure that they know, having those conversations and letting them know, like, I'm not the enemy. I'm really here for you. I'm trying to help you. But something that I think is really important is allowing the student calm down time. Should a student be disrespectful in a manner where they're having like a moment where they're being disrespectful, say they throw something at you or they're cursing at you or whatever the case may be, for me, I think giving them a moment to calm down is extremely important. When they're having big emotions or big feelings like that, I feel like it's not going to go from 100 back to 0 real quick. It's something we have to help give them the tools and learn how to calm themselves down. So definitely having these strategies implemented into the classroom already would be something beneficial for this type of situation. Making sure that the student knows, like, that I'm there for them. I'm not somebody that they can be disrespectful to. Also upholding your expectations, letting them know that, hey, that's not going to be tolerated. There are other ways and other strategies that we can do if we're feeling frustrated. Really something of that sort. I have spent a lot of time working with special education students, and again, students being disrespectful is something that happens very frequently. But again, getting to the root of the problem, allowing them time to calm down, not overwhelming them with too much. So basically keeping it the less amount of people who can help the student as possible, just because you don't want them to feel like you're attacking or you're doing something of that sort to them. So just keeping it very personable for them, you know. I would respond calmly. You know, nothing's gonna get better if you rise to the wherever they're at. They're being disrespectful to you. You want to be disrespectful back to them. That doesn't solve anything. So again, remaining calm, allowing them time, and upholding the expectations of, hey, this isn't going to be acceptable in the classroom. But then also coming back to, we are a family in this classroom, and I love you and I care about you type of thing. That I think is really, really important for teachers to have, is to let the students know that you're somebody who's there for them. You're there to help them be successful, not somebody that is going to, you know, hurt you in any sort of way. So, yeah, so that's it. Thank you.